would have thought that Mercedes would give us something that gets a 3.3 second 0 to 60, 791 horsepower, a handcrafted V8 bi-turbo, but it's a plug-in hybrid, and a top speed up to 180 miles per hour for 2026. I'm Anthony from Supercar Throttle, and I am always excited to bring something special and unique like this to the channel, because these vehicles, you don't see them on the road that much. And let's face it, it's over 220 grand. That could be one reason why. The exterior is going to be in this signature China blue with a long front overhang that incorporates into the AMG grille with the AMG night package, enlarged 3-point badge, and that incorporates into the digital LED headlights and daytime runnings. Now, Audi did this a few years ago, and they have the animated lights. They also have 4 different ways you can configure the exterior lights for your welcoming and for your departure. BMW, they use Swarovski crystals. So when I'm just thinking digital lights, it's literally like a TV screen. That's what it is. So you got a lot of pixels, that's fine. But my thing is, why not make it a little bit more wow? Because we're paying over 200 grand. 5.1 inches of clearance. We have the AMG Ride Control Plus Sport Suspension and AMG Active Ride Control. And that AMG Night package gives us all the glossy black on the lower, or the smoke chrome, I should say, because it makes it look a little bit more dramatic. House underneath the hood, bi-turbo V8. That's a twin turbo. Now, you're getting 49 MPGEs combined with a rear 150 kilowatt electric motor. But what blows me away is 1,054 pound-feet of torque. Audi's not gonna have that, and the S8 is actually my favorite variant for performance full-size sedans. I mean, 208 inches over, that's what you're getting here. Standard rear axle steering, standard AMG Performance 4MATIC. That's your all-wheel drive system. So you're taking care of for the track, because you're getting a 0 to 60 again, 3.3 seconds. That is too fast for something that's a yacht on wheels. And it's not going to be light, because this is a plug-in hybrid. It weighs over 5,700 pounds. So it's literally near 3 tons. This is almost the same weight as a GMC Hummer EV truck. So put that into category, and now you know what you're getting as a performance variant. In BMW, it's going to be lighter, even though they're all tanks with these PHEVs. It's going to have less horsepower and torque, but it's roughly the same 0 to 60, at least on paper, but top speed is going to be more with BMW by 10 miles per hour, and that's only because this year we unlock up to 180 miles per hour on the S63 E Performance. We got these upgraded staggered wheels. It's a 255/40/21 up front with a 285/35/20 out back. AMG calipers are housing 6 pistons. It's vented, it's slotted rotors. This is ready for the track, and normally you wouldn't say that for an S-Class, because you would go for like a S580, which is a V8 engine. It's powerful enough. What the hell is Mercedes doing? Now, unfortunately, you do have a company called Porsche, and they have a Panamera. They got a refresh this year. And you have the Turbo E Hybrid. It's gonna be faster than this. You're gonna save about 5-10 Gs, maybe a little bit more, and that's known for performance and track. But this is also all developed by the F1 team. So now when you're putting that this is a plug-in hybrid, it's a handcrafted bi-turbo V8, now you're understanding you got all the guts of F1 technology, but it's in luxury family sedan. The rear gets the LED taillights with the chrome that's going to go across with the S63, and you get the red behind it. The lower gets the glossy black because of the AMG night package. Quad exhaust tips with the AMG badged on it with a diffuser. It's a sleeper. So this is very similar to an S8. But the difference between these two vehicles is literally night and day when it comes to performance. But then the curb weight is anywhere from 500 to 1,000 pounds lighter than this, and you're getting a 0 to 60 at 3.8 seconds. So 0.5 seconds, I'm going to save $50,000 to $70,000. Hell, that's like another freaking vehicle, especially when you're rich enough to buy something that's over 220 grand. Whereas BMW is going to be more of the sweet spot because it will be a savings of $100,000. So now when you're putting all this into content, maybe that's why we don't see a lot of these on the road. I mean, drop a comment, let us know what you think about the S63 SE Performance. Click a like and a subscribe, because the more clicks you do on the channel, the better it is for the algorithm, so I can bring more. 1,055 pound-feet of torque. We can engage it. I don't know, I'm kind of hesitant because I don't think I can pass this E-Class right now. It's a little tight. Looks like we're having a Mercedes-a-thon in front of us. It's super quiet though. We're gonna wake everybody up. Sport Plus. Oh man, literally just bites you. I don't know if you noticed the camera just moving a lot. Now, does it have the S-Class handling? Actually, it's a lot better because this is more F1 technology, so the ride's gonna be a little bit more firm. You have more upgraded wheels. Rear axle steering is standard. I appreciate that because it's over 208 inches long. It feels wide, but you have a lot of visibility in the front windscreen as well as the side windows. And you're noticing you barely have to move the steering at all. Now the con to this is you don't feel a lot of the feedback. So if there is something going wrong, it's gonna pop up on the gauge cluster because you're not gonna notice it, especially with the feeling of this. Brakes, you can stop on a dime. There's a car behind me, so I'm not going to test it too much here. And the exhaust filters in a little bit. It's a little bit more quiet than my liking. But when you're going PHEV, some people actually like that quietness, but that shows how much they're stressing to seal up this cabin. I like how there's only one trim to choose from and you kind of a la carte it because you have to tailor it up the way you like. So you get a lot of basic features standard, but then on the con to that is you do have to option quite a bit of features. You put it into Sport Plus. Make sure there's no cops that just decided to come out. Nothing. Let's rock and roll. Fast is what this is. Is it out of control fast? Yes. Anything that gets a 3.3 second 0 to 60 at top speed at 180 miles per hour, this is supercar territory. But it's a family luxury sedan, have you? So when you're putting all this into category, I think it's worth the price. I would like to see it more so at like 190, 200 max. Because once you start going to 220s, 230s, well now you can look at like a Lamborghini Urus, which is also a family-oriented vehicle. You can look at an Audi RS Q8. Now I know those are SUVs, but still there you are, super fast, and Audi's basically a more or less detuned Lamborghini Urus engine. This is Bentley money, this is nearly Bentley money, but you're getting a savings on service. It's not gonna be practical by any means. I mean, you're getting 49 MPGs combined, that's pretty good, but you only get 18 MPGs combined when you use the gas variant. Now it is also good for 16 to 17 mile range, and to show you the length, I mean, it's not actually as bad as you would think. You can get in and out of lanes. It's not quite as long as luxury SUVs, but it still can feel long even though it's fast. I feel the BMW has a lot less lag, especially from a 20 to 30 mile per hour up to 70, 80 miles per hour. Like literally, I'm already doing way too fast. Way too quick. I gotta slow it down. And the only way to do that is to stay into a comfort mode. The S63 is going to be a little bit more luxurious of a ride, whereas BMW is gonna be a little bit more firm. I like the safety. I like the adaptive cruise control lane keep assist because you could go almost a mile to a little bit over, which you will not be able to do that with the Audi and the BMW. You'll have to be a little bit more hands-on with the steering. Is it worth the price though is really what keeps tickling my brain, because when I'm at this kind of money, I'm literally looking at supercars, which I could get a Bentley, they'll give $100,000 off. When I buy this, I know it's gonna drop to maybe $160, $170 with depreciation driving it off the lot. So am I really feeling like I should lose $50,000? That's where the S8 comes into play as one of those bargains. Whereas BMW is going to be more of the sweet spot because it will be a savings of $100,000. Here, they're not giving you a lot in the sense of amenities in the interior. Yeah, you can get a lot of sound, and you're still getting the glossy black, which is a big con to me because we added the carbon fiber interior package. We don't get a really cool steering wheel like you would get in a GT AMG, and that's gonna have more cargo capacity than this. So if you're looking for that wow vehicle, it's a great vehicle to go to, but I mean, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out this next video right here.